Breaking news.
Peter Parker's Spider-Man. I'm sorry, Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Same thing.
Argumentative.
Nah. Fair.
Batman is not Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is Batman.
No, you have that backwards. Batman is Bruce Wayne.
No.
Batman is the main persona.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Bruce Wayne is actually Batman. So Spider-Man is actually Peter Parker.
I think Spidey and Peter are a bit more balanced than Bruce and Batman.
I don't think balance has ever happened in Peter's life.
He has perfect balance. It's how he sticks to walls.
That's not related to balance at all. For one. For two, can we just like briefly talk about what was it with Miles? What's the movie name? The animated movie.
Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah. With the Peter Parker who lost literally everything because he was Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So no.
Okay, that one.
That's the biggest struggle of Spider-Man is the balance.
I meant emotionally and mentally.
I don't know how I
think
feel.
He's a bit more balanced than Bruce and Batman.
Not to cut straight to the end of the movie, but I don't know how I feel about MJ not liking the web ride.
You know, I'm actually
that sounded
okay
way
with,
more dirty than I intended.
I was actually okay with that.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I was okay with that. I feel
not like it would be more in her
thing.
personality. I feel like it would be more in her personality to enjoy that.
Maybe it was a bit too
extreme.
Yeah,
maybe.
Like I enjoy doing stupid things. That's like true. Going ghost hunting.
This whole class is basically a bunch of nerds.
I like going ghost hunting and things like that. You will not catch me on a roller coaster.
Well, that's not.
Both provide adrenaline.
Saying, she seemed like she was handling the almost dying shit pretty well.
That's because I think this one has a weird fascination with death.
Well, right. So flying through the skies is on board with that.
My issue was the other thing at the very end.
Maybe we should dial back to the beginning here.
Play.
I don't know. I got nothing from the beginning of the movie.
God damn it. The awkward sub love story was fun.
I liked it. I liked that.
I thought it was fun. But I like Happy Hogan, and I want to see more of him.
Ned and Becky?
No.
Is that right?
Hogan and Aunt May.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought that was working. But that last, the post-credits thing really made that
questionable
unsure.
Now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Happy. I would love to see him in more things.
It feels like, I mean, Aunt May's hot. I understand where he's coming from.
Well, yeah,
but I don't know. Like, that was actually super weird. I feel like it was more like she didn't want to admit to it.
Yeah.
And he was like,
look, this is it. I'm not even gonna.
I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit
the
you.
Superhero.
I'm not gonna bullshit you.
I'm not gonna piss off the superhero.
But also,
I don't want to get hit.
But like, also, what if she was just viewing it as friendship? It wouldn't make sense to the things that like because she was.
Don't eat my lunch.
Well, not just that, but like the way she smiled when he was like, no, Pete, no. I mean, I'm just here to help with, like, like because she was found that funny as shit. Like, there's only one way that could be interpreted for him to be flustered about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I being ignorant about something here?
That dives into the fact that men read responses a different way than women do.
What I'm saying, how would she interpret that another way?
Best friend.
That didn't answer the question. I'm not saying the situation of him being there. I'm saying his response to Pete.
To her, they're best friends. To him, they're a budding relationship.
That did not answer my question.
Friend zone.
I understand your response. It's not an answer to my question. You're not listening to the question. The question is, why would she find it humorous like that if that he is not able to respond to Pete?
Because that's just how some women are with their male friends. They like putting them in uncomfortable situations just to see them get flustered. I've had a few female friends who were like that.
I'm just kind of staring and blanking at him blankly. I mean, still, that's not the question I'm asking.
Why would she smile when he was being flustered?
Not just why would she smile, but why? Like, what is she reading from that then? Why would he be flustered? What is her interpretation of why he would be flustered?
Because he's in an uncomfortable situation talking to her nephew, who's a superhero.
Yes. And obviously there's got to be some lines drawn on why it would be uncomfortable for him.
He might like her. Okay. Doesn't mean she has to like him back.
Well, then that's something
that's just a friend.
Then yes, but if that's what she's interpreting this reaction as, then she should be talking to him about that to make sure that it's clear that this is what she views him as.
Yeah, she should have. Clearly, by the end of the movie, it shows that that didn't happen, or the conversation was read differently by the two parties.
Okay.
What else do you want me to say there?
I mean, really, you should be just segueing to something else now.
Oh, you're the one on the ride the damn thing.
What the fuck are you on right now?
Segway. I was making a joke about segways.
I have no balance. I'm not going to get on a Segway.
I kind of want to see you try now. Anyway, the one you were talking about, Becky and Ned.
Yes.
Is slightly different. Is extremely different.
It's really weird.
It was hilarious.
But I mean, I don't know. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
A teenager summer fling.
I don't even know if it was that much.
I mean, it probably wasn't. Well, I mean, he did walk to her room wearing a robe,
right?
That
was literally
weird.
almost. It was like a day before. Oh, we're not together anymore.
Yeah, it was just. Maybe that's why they're not together anymore.
Well, I don't know. They seemed very communicated about it.
Yeah,
like it was just, it's fine.
Yeah, they probably went and had a conversation and were like, yeah, this might not be the best thing, at least right now. So they mutually ended it.
Never say at least right now. Somebody ends up holding on to things then.
Yeah, it happens.
Anyway, we're not here for relationship advice.
We are definitely not the right people to ask that.
No, definitely not. We're not getting into that. I feel like as far as action goes, this was truly a moment of Peter becoming Spider-Man in this movie. Like, he had a few moments in the first movie, but he still had like that backup thing, which is one of the things I actually mentioned when I talked about it before, was like, it still feel like he wasn't coming into his own. And then you look at the Avengers movie, and obviously, like, everybody was about backing him up because he's the 12-year-old kid. Like,
he's the little brother you have to protect because he's going to do something crazy.
Right. And like everybody else there was like in their 30s and 40s.
Yeah. They've been doing this for a bit.
Even if they haven't been doing this for very long, Pepper, it's still a matter of we're not going to let him not make it to me.
She's been in it long enough. Whether she was in the suits actually on the battlefield or being the one on the sideline dealing with it.
I meant specifically in the battlefield. It's been since Iron Man 2?
3.
Was it 3?
Yeah, 3's where she's in the suit.
So like in this one, it was he had that moment basically where he was like, it like the first part of the movie is he's just kind of handling things as it comes to him, and it keeps coming to him for through Fury or whomever, whatever's going on there. Yes, I know. Or Foey, he's fake.
Talos.
Was it him? I wasn't sure. I assumed it was.
It was
because
him.
That would make sense.
It was him. And that the hill, if I remember correctly, was his wife from the movie from Captain
almost
Marvel.
Assuredly,
because she was giving him so much crap. If you're just like, I'm not dealing with this.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so like he's still like kind of handling things as it comes to him. Obviously, he's done like his own hero stuff, but not a whole lot of it's needed to be superhero stuff.
Yeah,
mostly just taking down small time criminals and stuff like that. In the meantime, because they haven't alluded to anything else. So that means we've had the Vulture, which was still very much a high school villain in the sense that like after like he had a sense of kind of honor to him and at the end of it.
Yeah.
And like he understood. He understood why Spider-Man felt the need to do what he did and everything. So he wasn't just gonna like rat him out or anything.
Yeah.
But
he was the lawful evil.
Yeah, the Vulture was lawful evil. I thought that was also like an excellent villain to use that we hadn't really had in the movies.
Yeah.
And also A+ work with Mysterio, guys.
Yeah, the sequence where he is just
the hallway room.
Oh yeah,
was pretty good too.
Yeah, that was
because that was where really showed Spider-Man was now Spider-Man.
Yeah, he had adapted and was like, I got this.
His Peter Tingle was working.
Closed his eyes and just went with it.
Yeah, and because his Peter Tingle was working.
I agree with Peter. Please don't call it that.
I don't know. I thought it was really humorous.
It was extremely humorous, but I agree with you. Please don't call it that. I mean, Spidey sense isn't much better.
No,
but
it kind of bugged me how clearly irritated the people behind us were about it. And I was just like, it's just a little gag. I mean, fuck.
It was
chill out.
It was a running joke.
The name of a thing doesn't have to matter.
It was a running joke. That's all. What is it?
Peter Tingle?
I liked all of the Tony references, the Stark industry,
even in death, I'm the hero.
That was so very much. I almost called him by his actual name. I mean, at this point, they're the same person.
He has anybody in his life that calls him Robbie or Rob?
I don't know.
Or Bert.
I'll be honest.
Man, Robert's got a lot of shortens.
If I knew him personally, I would probably call him Tony at this point.
I can't imagine him going by anything besides Robert. But even then, Robert feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But I mean, like bringing back the scientist from the first Iron Man movie.
Oh yeah, no, they tied it in together with the Iron Man lore very well.
Yeah, I loved that.
He called it barf.
Yep. Tony loves his acronyms.
Yeah, but barf?
I mean,
yeah, so like the first part of the movie is him dealing with things as it comes, hitting that brick wall where he realized that he's made a huge mistake by doing that, essentially, and just trusting somebody. And then we have him become proactive and be Spider-Man.
Yeah. Like the thing I said, in the first movie, he was basically the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, he did things, but it wasn't on the Avengers scale.
I mean, technically it literally was.
And then you have this one where He started being proactive. He was shooting webs in advance of what he was going to be doing. Not just...
and he came in doing that.
Yeah.
He created a web network inside the hologram cloud to shock enough of the drones to stop it. To put holes, to literally put holes in it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think at this point he's kind of
And the one thing I noticed, like, because he had that whole, like, combat sequence with the drones and that, following that part. And the one thing I primarily noticed about that is how much better at dealing with attack drones he is than Red Robin.
Neither of them are dead.
One's not dead because he got pulled out of time.
Yes. That's fair.
But also, to be fair, Red Robin doesn't have any superpowers.
This is true. He just has a stick. And martial training by one of the greatest martial artists in the world.
I was going to say, there's a lot of people who use a stick and use it well.
He has a...
That was going places I didn't intend. I was just going to go with Daredevil.
Oh, it's right up there with, a little tight around the web shooter.
Yeah. So but that whole sequence fight for the drones and that was very what we know for Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was
I was happy to see it.
We both had a pun we could have used there, neither of us used it. It was very spectacular.
Amazing even.
So were there anything you didn't like about the primary story?
Before I answer that, we are going to talk about the holograms by Mysterio again because that was just aces.
Yes.
Okay.
We will get back to that. I'm asking if there was anything you did not like, and then I will let you gush for 10 minutes on the holograms.
It was just so trippy. I loved it.
It was.
That's the kind of shit I love in like video games and stuff.
I like the fact that they kept switching out the suits.
Because he was fucking with his head.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not. Hold on. We're not getting there yet. Hold on.
Things you did not like.
Things I did not like. All the moments Spider-Man was being a doofus. He kept shooting his web at things made out of water or fire, as if it was going to do literally anything. Even if they were real. Like, honestly, he was close in those instances then of actually tearing through and did. Like, when he grabbed the projector it looked like it came from nothing.
Yeah.
I had a moment I was like, the fuck is going on here? Because I didn't expect this is where Mysterio's quote-unquote powers were coming from. I expected him to be what Mysterio has been in the past. Yes, illusions, but not technological illusions. Right? Because it's all been like magic illusions before, right?
Some iterations are magic, some iterations are tech. It depends on which iteration you're going with.
Yeah, but usually he's the center point.
I
guess like technically in this he was too. He just wasn't there.
Yeah. So.
Also, good job on that character for being able to be able to switch out with his hologram self well enough.
Yeah.
To nobody saw any like discrepancies there.
What is this? What's going on with my arm?
Oh, one of the projectors is missing. Like, you don't think to mention this to the team?
Yeah, like
that guy really is just bad at everything he does. I
mean, he's not Tony Stark.
Well, no, he's definitely not. Well, honestly, I don't. I'm still euphoric for it, so I don't really have a lot of holes to pick apart. Was there anything that you didn't like
from the main story?
Well, let's say anything really.
Oh, I was leaving out the mid-credit scene.
Oh, I mean, there's like, I don't remember what they were because it was like 20 minutes ago we were discussing them. There was some plot holes to some end stuff there.
Yeah, there's the mid-credit scene which I didn't like. Like, I didn't like the fact that He was outed.
Oh, yeah. I did like the J. Jonah they got because he's the only one that can do it right.
Yes. That I'm fine with. I am perfectly fine him reprising that role till the day he dies.
I imagine he is too, because all he has to do is sit in a chair and bitch.
Exactly. And he's good at it.
He is. He has the voice and just everything. It's exactly what you imagine J. Jonah to sound like from the comic books.
That's why it was so kind of a tangent. That's why it was so jarring to hear him in the PS4 game and it be a different voice.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not Jay. It was jarring to me. I got used to it after a while, but it was just.
It also made him look a little less lawful neutral than he is in a lot of things.
Yeah.
But there have been iterations of J. Jonah that have been basically chaotic neutral.
Yes. But yeah, just at the same time, I didn't like the reveal. Them just being like, "Hey, he's Peter Parker." But at the same time,
do you think that's because there's probably
basically just made him Iron Man?
Maybe. Like that's if he decides to own it.
I mean, who's his idol?
Captain America.
He may tell you that, but his idol is Stark.
I'm just saying, in that fight, he was like, "I'm so sorry, I have to do this." Yeah, no, but like, you're also suggesting that's if we get another movie.
I'm pretty sure he signed to 3.
That's
with
nice.
Marvel.
That's nice. That doesn't matter if Sony pulls Spider-Man from Marvel.
They won't break that contract.
You sure?
Yes.
And he's done 3. He's actually done 4.
No, like 3 of him. A movie centric to him, not including the cameos and his things in Avengers Endgame. I believe it was 3 Spider-Man centric movies.
Well, it's 6. Not 6, but 5. It was Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah.
Avengers,
Infinity War, and
Endgame, and then these 2 Spider-Man.
Yeah. I think it was 3 core Spider-Man centric movies, and then I think 4 basically guest appearances where he appeared in someone else's movie.
I will say that I expected what they did with Mysterio, and it was done very well.
Yeah, it was a
very Mysterio storyline.
Yeah.
Which, congratulations, you made a very good storyline for this character. 2, Jake Gyllenhaal, excellent work as Mysterio.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, like really good. 3, was there anything else negative you wanted to talk about before we jump into it? Like, I don't really have much.
Not negative, but I do want to point out the humor I find in the designations he rattled off for the multiverse. The Easter eggs.
Yeah, I feel like that was an Easter egg thing.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So he says the universe they're currently in is the 616.
Which is technically true to the comic books.
It's the main continent. It's the main continuity in the comics. The one he says he's from Earth 833 is the Spider-Man UK universe. The last battle takes place in London. That was probably just a joke.
That and just looking at the fact that Spider-Man UK, I've never read any of it. Probably or read anything with him in it, I should say. Probably handles a lot of European stuff in general.
He does,
and all of this is European.
He also died recently in the comics during Spider-Geddon.
Also, his outfit that was given was very noir Spider-Man-esque.
Yes. And then the actual comic book numerical designation for the MCU is 199999.
For what?
The actual comic book numerical designation is for the movie universe.
Oh. Okay.
I thought it was interesting that there's an actual comic book numerical designation for the movie universe.
But the movie universe is 616 too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it gets blatantly explained that, he's not actually from an alternate
Well, yeah.
Earth. Yeah,
so
yeah.
none of that's potentially true, but it might be. He has a team of scientists. It could have been potentially true.
I mean, potentially.
And there's that moment when he brings it up, Pete just goes on a rant of questions. Like, there's a multiverse. This changes everything. What is this? And like, there's that moment where you're probably like looking back on it. You're probably like, wow, he was probably very uncomfortable for a moment.
Yep. And then Talos is like, saves him.
Yeah. Fury, as we know him at the moment.
Yeah.
It basically, cuts in and saves him.
But yeah, those were probably just little Easter eggs. I don't expect those to flourish into anything. But I did think it was funny that they picked a alternate universe that is the only character we know from that universe, like anything really about, was Spider-Man UK.
Oh, you mean as far as like Marvel characters go?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Are you gonna gush?
Trippy shit like that. I absolutely love. Like, it was just because it wasn't just that it was trippy, weird shit happening, making him punch pillars and stuff like that, stone or concrete pillars and stuff.
Yeah.
Or falling and landing on his head and stuff. Like, it wasn't just that. It was, one, the insight that Mysterio had to fabricate this because it's all pre-programmed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Two, the fact of like you were saying, he flipped him through the suits while he's basically breaking him down.
The only one we didn't see was the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah, but that only showed up where he wouldn't have known him.
Mm-hmm. I just thought that was interesting. But it shows his classic, like his hoodie suit.
Which he has in the first movie.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting because, he was probably using Edith to pull up.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff. So,
and he knew who he was.
Why wouldn't the Iron Spider suit have come up? Because that's Stark Tech.
Maybe because he didn't have anything to pull him down with on that.
Maybe. Zombie Iron Man.
That was
made
great.
Me uncomfortable.
That was great.
It was great, but it made me uncomfortable.
I need a side shoot of alternate reality movies of zombie Marvel right now. It was great. I don't care if it's a CG movie. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was well done. I was uncomfortable, which is the reason I say it was well done.
It's not just that like this very hard realm stuff that he was shifting. Like, it was shit like shards of glass falling on out of the sky at him and then making him beat himself up and stuff like that. And like, oh my God. And then the last bit was the fucking best. Really. That was the, like, cause there's that moment of,
oh, cool.
Oh, all right. Wait, yeah, that makes sense.
What's the rest of the movie?
Well, not as much that.
That was me. It was, oh, cool, Fury. What's the rest of the movie then?
Well, the rest of the movie could have been a lot of other things. He's had a team of people. It could have been more stuff.
Yeah, I know. That was where my mind went. What's the rest of the movie? Wham!
Well, yeah, it was like, and making him almost pull the crane on top of himself because Pete wasn't thinking the way he needed to be thinking in that fight.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't thinking as Spider-Man. He was just reacting to what was going on.
Yep. And then, later when Mysterio does it
Shut up, I'm talking. I'm kidding. But, yeah, no. So, like, that mind fuck at the end, like that moment until the train was excellent.
Yeah.
Getting Pete to tell Fury right then and there because of what he just went through partly. Because part of it was seeing that MJ fall off of a bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
And everything.
Interesting choice there.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was foreshadowing.
No, it's not usually MJ that's the one falling off.
That's my point. They started with MJ.
What do you mean they started with MJ?
The Amazing Spider-Man had Gwen Stacy. And, we all know what happens to Gwen. What if this universe, it's not Gwen that dies?
Oh. I mean, whatever. We'll come to it.
I kind of hope not.
So yeah, Stark shoots Mysterio. Pete's like, oh, thank God, I've won. Fury's alive.
Yeah,
I said Stark. I meant to say Fury. Shoots Mysterio. Oh, thank God, Fury's alive, because this starts with
Fury getting shot in the chest, and then Pete getting shot in the chest.
Yeah, and then Fury convinces Pete to say and tell him who he told about the situation, and then reveals that he's Mysterio, making Pete back up into a still holographic area, and then get hit by a train. Literally get hit by a train.
Yep. Just wham.
Which, I mean, we as Spider-Man fans know is not enough to kill Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Also, it's a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, you're not gonna kill the main character.
They didn't kill Tony in an Iron Man movie.
Nope. They kill him in an ensemble movie.
And I think that whole sequence was great. I will say, though, maybe it wasn't as programmed as like some of the other things, now that I think about it, because that whole hallway scene, like, did he really have that already programmed, or was he able to kind of make that up as he went somehow?
I think some of it he may have been able to make up as he went. But I like the fact that, I mean, I think it's a small attention to detail, but other people would probably be like, well, it only makes sense that they would do that. But look, sometimes things slip by people. I like the fact that they had him close his eyes for that hallway scene.
He could use as Peter Tingle, yeah. The fact that it bugs people makes me want to use it more.
Yeah, I know.
I think that they did an excellent job. There's some potential upcoming inconsistencies with the way it ended and stuff.
Yeah.
But technically right now, there's not.
Yeah.
If they have Mysterio come back as the same character, I have some issues with that. Because we have, at the end, when he dies, Pete put on Edith, look at him, and then look away because he's dead and it made him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And ask if there's any illusions happening. And she tells him no.
The exact phrase is this real? And her response is, there are no illusions active.
Yes, okay. My point being that they show what Edith does. They pre-established, thank you. What Edith does when you look at somebody, it tells you who they are and it tells you about them.
Yeah, it's like the phone from Watch Dogs.
Which is kind of concerning considering the first time he might have looked at him and knows, but I think that was the first time. Because he didn't actually turn on Edith. Did he? When in the bar?
Yes. He had to turn it on, but he didn't look at him. He turned it on and said, switching over control to Quentin Beck.
I mean, honestly, like, it's just really weird because you would think that also when he looked around the room and half of those people were fake, you know what I mean?
You would think Edith would also...
Pete wasn't, and this is what I was talking about. Like, this is before Pete starts thinking like Spider-Man.
You would also think that Edith would have, maybe brought up a red flag with the fact that he was a previous Stark employee that had been fired.
Maybe not.
It's Tony. He's paranoid. Obadiah Stane.
Maybe not. My point is that I imagine that the information he would have gotten, and I think that's why he would have directly looked at him with the glasses on, is that who it was.
Yeah, make sure it's actually
and probably
Quentin.
That he's deceased now.
Yeah. But I mean, if they bring him back after establishing some sort of connective tissue to there actively being a real multiverse,
well,
just to
there's other possibilities as far as it being just a different Mysterio.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be bringing Mysterio back, really. I really don't think they will because they're going to want to focus on a new person for the next movie. And I'm not saying that the end scene where he calls him out, like that's clearly been fabricated by Mysterio's team.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that Mysterio's team may put together a certain team.
You think it's going to be them?
I don't know if it'll be the whole thing.
Do you think it will be them funded
I think it'll be
by... Well, they're going to need money. Who's going to fund it? I mean, Hammer's in jail.
Hammer?
Justin Hammer. He was the semi-antagonist, idiot, other weapons developer from Iron Man 2. Assumptively, it would be another large tech mogul.
I mean, technically, they had Edith for a little while. They could have siphoned some funds from Tony.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, potentially. But at the same time, that'd be a good way to incorporate one.
They're also smart people who can make things.
It's also a way to incorporate one of Spider-Man's most formidable foes into the MCU.
Bank system?
Well,
because he's broke all the time.
Housing.
Well, it's not just housing that's the reason he's broke. It's because it's hard to monetize being a superhero who has an alter ego.
Yeah.
As an alter ego.
I was talking about maybe Norman Osborn or another Doc Ock.
I mean, Doc Ock's
I would be less comfortable with
funding.
It being Doc Ock. I would like them to do Osborn. But that's because I would like to see them go a Dark Reign route.
As cool as that might be, I don't think it should be either of them. They've done something very distinct here. They're using enemies that have not been used before in Spider-Man movies. Which, don't get me wrong, like they've been consistent throughout the Spider-Man movies.
Well, would you be okay?
So it's not going to be Venom.
Would you be opposed to it being, say, Roger Kingsley as the Hobgoblin, and then framing Ned to be the Hobgoblin, which is what happens in the comics?
Yes, but I think bringing in the Hobgoblin just goes in line with it being.
He's never been on the big screen.
I'm sorry. I just eye rolled here because every one of the fucking goblins is basically the same, no matter what you say, David.
Yes, I agree with that, but he is a different enemy.
We've had the Goblin, the Green Goblin, and wasn't another one we've had?
No, that's.
Well, I thought
those are the only goblins we've had.
Well, I thought he was the Goblin or I might be thinking of comic books or animated movie or something. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna go with another Goblin. I don't know who, because we got a taste of the Rhino at the end of the first movie, I think, with Tom.
The last time I remember seeing a Rhino,
he's in it, but he's not in suit, and he's known as the Rhino.
The last time I remember seeing the Rhino was at the end, or a Rhino.
I don't know. It's all kind of blurring together with the video game and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see, because we've done Electro, we've already done. Oh, it was the Shocker and Vulture. There was two in that one.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember what the other one was besides the Vulture. It was the Shocker.
Yeah, I said the Shocker.
No, you didn't.
When we were talking earlier.
We ended up talking about the Shocker after that, but it wasn't when I asked that.
I asked if it was the Shocker who asked the Vulture who he was.
No, it's not.
No,
I don't think it is. I don't think it was the Shocker that asked him that. But yeah, and I'm curious as to who that was. Maybe that's what we'll get more on.
Maybe for all we know, that was Norman Osborn.
Scorpion. I vote Scorpion.
Mm-hmm. No, that's just me being stupid and having a wish list. I want the Jackal. I want it to be the Jackal.
Well, there's another choice. That would be really good. The Hunter?
Oh, he's getting his own movie.
Is he?
Yes.
Is it him putting together the Sinister Six?
No, it's set in the Venom verse. He's probably hunting Eddie.
Because they hint him at the end of the second Amazing Spider-Man movie.
He's probably hunting Eddie.
That'd be pretty cool.
because it's in the Venom verse.
Okay, that'd be pretty cool. I'm on board for that.
Yeah, I'd be on board if that's actually what's happening.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see Scorpion and somebody else. Probably. I think we're gonna go back to being in Queens. We haven't had the Kingpin yet, have we? Yeah, we did. No.
We had Kingpin on the Daredevil series, which is loosely attached to the MCU, so they're not going to do the Kingpin again.
That's true. That's true.
However, you could possibly get the Scorpion, and I could possibly get the Jackal if they adapted.
Isn't the Sinister Six Scorpion, Shocker?
There have been like dozens of iterations of the Sinister Six. Usually, core members are Dr. Octavius.
Hold on.
And Norman Osborn.
I think the guy who asked him about asked the Vulture about Spider-Man was Scorpion. I think he had a Scorpion tattoo.
Maybe.
All right, yeah. My hand's in the bucket for Scorpion. Sounds like a bad place to put my hand. Who else? I don't think it'll be just a Scorpion.
All right. Well,
I'm thinking it might be
the Scorpion.
The core low-level Sinister Six. So we're looking at Rhino, Shocker, Scorpion,
possibly the Vulture, who might turn sides. Give him his redemption arc.
Well, I don't think the Vulture will be part of it because he's already shown that he's not going to just give up who Spider-Man is.
Agrees to do it
because it's out anyway.
He wants to protect Spidey.
Oh, so he's Mysterioing them?
Yeah, he Mysterios them.
All right, I think that's a good place to call it on this one. Obviously, I think our vote is pretty simple here.
Yeah, it was good. Go see it.
Go see the movie. No, shut up. Go see the movie. I don't care. Bye.
Well, I suppose that's the end of the episode.
Please like, comment, follow, and share. And also, more importantly, thank you for listening.
Take care.
Bye.